Okay, guys. This is going to be a quick video on how to make your nameplate. So first thing you're going to do is open AutoCAD 2024. You might have to come down to the Start menu here and go to AutoCAD 2024. Just grab this and drag it out on the desktop. And let's go ahead and open that up. Takes a little bit of time to load. And the first time you open it, there's going to be two pop-up windows. And I think it's like you have to click I agree and then OK, something like that on those. And then this is what it'll look like. We're just going to create a new document right here. And what we're going to do, let's start out by drawing a box. And we'll draw a box that is, let's make it 12 by, and if you just type in 12 and then push tab, that'll switch it between the two dimensions there. Let's make it 12 by 4. And as far as moving in AutoCAD, the scroll wheel moves you in and out. And if you click and hold the scroll wheel, you can pan. And then if you're in a command, say I was in the line command, and I wanted to get out of that, if I just push escape, that'll get me out of the command. And then spacebar will get you into the last command you used. So the first thing we want to do on here, let's go ahead and round the corners a little bit. So we're going to do a fillet. Down here at the bottom, it's gonna ask us fillet first object. We want to change the radius right here, so we're going to click on radius. Let's make these. I don't know. Let's look at 0.5 and see what 0.5 looks like. So I just typed in 0.5. I'm going to click on this line, click on that line. That looks good. That kind of breaks the corner. And then I don't want to go through that whole process again. So remember, spacebar gets you into that last command. So I'm just going to push spacebar. Click, 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 and click, and click. So that'll give you this. Now we can take the text tool. I'm just going to kind of click and drag a box here. Write our text in there. And we can adjust the text two different ways here. So I can either highlight it, come up here, and adjust my size until it fits like I want to. Let's see, 1.75. Until it fits like you want. Or I'll show you another way once I get out of here. And then you can also come in here and change your text if you want to. I'm just going to leave mine as Arial for now. Close the text editor. The other way you can adjust that is if you use the scale command. So scale is right here. It's going to say down on the command bar at the bottom here, select the objects you want to scale. So I'm just going to click on the text. And then I have to push enter to let the computer know that I selected that. And then it's going to say select the base point you want to scale from. On here it really doesn't matter. I'm just going to click kind of in the middle, and you could scale it up or down that way also. Just kind of scale it so it fits in the box nice. Next I want to go ahead and move this. So I'm going to use the move command. It's kind of similar to the scale command. Select the objects you want to move. I'm going to click on my text. Push enter so the computer knows I've selected it. Specify a base point I want to move from. It doesn't really matter. I'm just going to click anywhere. And kind of move this roughly to the center, kind of like that. So the next thing we're going to do here is we are going to take this text and we're going to explode it so it'll become lines. So I'm going to use the command txt exp. Text explode. Push enter. Click on my text. Push enter again. and that will explode it, turn it into lines. But we need to explode this again one more time because that's like a solid line there, and we want that to be an individual. So we'll type in the command explode, enter, select all the objects we want to explode, enter again. Now I can come through and delete out. I'm just highlighting these and pushing the delete button. Be really intentional when you're highlighting these that you're not accidentally highlighting other line segments. Also, you just want to delete these weird lines in here. Like that. And if you're going along, you get too much highlighted, remember escape unhighlights stuff for you. Okay, so I got all those lines out of there. The next thing I need to do is I need to create some bridges, because if this were to plasma cut right now, it'll cut around, well, actually it cut these first, and then it's going to cut around here. And so you aren't going to be able to see these middle pieces. Those would fall out. So we need to create some bridges to keep those in place. So typically on a B, I take this back line and I just extend it up like that. Take this line, extend it down like that. And what size is this? 0.239. So we'll just go 0.25. So we can use the offset command. Enter. Specify the offset distance, 0.25. Enter. We'll offset that. We'll offset that. And then we're going to use the trim command to get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that, and get rid of that. So that creates a little bridge. So when it cuts, this tab will keep this inside piece from falling off. So those have a tab on them. Anything with something on the inside of it, you have to create a tab. And usually with like an A, I'll put the tab right in this area with like a lowercase a. That's kind of up to you to figure out what looks the best. And like this, when I offset it, it isn't crossing this line, so obviously I can't trim that. So I'm just going to click on it, drag it down through there. So now I can come up and trim this stuff out here. And as you're working through this, if your cursor isn't snapping to what you want it to snap to, down here on the bottom, right here, these are the object snaps. So make sure that this is blue. And you can also turn on different object snaps here. So if it's not snapping to like the end point of a line and you want it to, make sure end point is turned on or whatever. Kind of depending on how you want it to snap. Don't just turn all these on though, because your mouse will start freaking out. So I'll just go ahead and do a quick bridge on this one also. So once you have all your bridges done, show it to Mr. Branham. and I'll verify it, make sure everything looks good. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to join all our lines back together. So we'll use the join command, highlight all these, push enter. And then the last thing you want to do, don't just assume they all join. Go through and check them. Yeah, so like that right there. It joined everything, but didn't join to this line. So typically what I do is I'll break them apart, bring them back together, go to the join command again, highlight it, and usually that will fix the problem. So that's good. Our H is good. I assume this A is broke also. Good. And not good. Okay. So those all look good now. Then we can go ahead and put in center diameter circle. And I'm just going to put it centered on this radius here. And we'll put it as a let's do 0.15. That's big enough for like a nail or something. Then we'll do another center diameter over here, 0.15, enter. And remember, when you hover over this radius, if that center point doesn't come in, come down here to your object snaps, make sure center is turned on, and then it will. Once you have all of this drawn up, you're ready to save. So out in the plasma cutter, it should be out in the front of the plasma cutter. There is a thumb drive. Go ahead and grab that. And what you're going to do, plug that into your computer. Come up here to the Save As. Click on Save As. Click the pull down at the top here. I don't have it plugged into my computer right now, but you'll find there will be a thumb drive on here somewhere. Click on that. I'm just going to save this one to the desktop. And then file name. Go ahead and put your last name. And then name, plate. And then the file type, what you want is you want a 2004 DXF right here. So click on that. Go and click save. And that will save it to the thumb drive. Once you get that done, you're ready to go out to the plasma cutter. And I have an instruction sheet out there. Go out there, start working your way through the instruction sheet. I have one spot on there where it asks you about tip sizes. You're going to have to come talk to me because I change those tips out periodically if I'm cutting thicker stuff, thinner stuff, or whatever. And then also come talk to me about what sheet we're going to cut into because I'll switch those out every once in a while too. So if you have any questions, let me know. And I think we're done.